What you're about to hear isn't a routine space update, it's a revelation that has left NASA scientists questioning everything they thought they understood about interstellar contact. Something has just occurred far beyond the reach of Earth's telescopes, something so unexpected that it's rewriting the limits of our imagination. Voyager 1, the nearly half-century-old spacecraft, has been said to have been a part of a remarkable and bizarre occurrence. An attempted intercept of an object not just alien to our solar system but maybe alien in an even more profound way. That object is 3I Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar visitor ever detected. What occurred when Voyager 1 made a try at aligning with it has since become the subject of whispers throughout mission control rooms, secret documents, and the scientific community. Whatever occurred out there, it was not normal. Something changed when these two celestial courses almost intersected. And now, the question haunting the world is this: did Voyager 1 truly make contact with something not of this Earth, or did something else, something beyond our comprehension, respond first? Voyager 1's story began in 1977, when NASA launched it to explore the outer planets. After completing its primary mission, the probe simply kept traveling, drifting beyond the solar system into the vast unknown. But now, in a development nobody predicted, several reputable sources indicate that NASA has reactivated some of Voyager's long-dormant direction systems in a move to attempt a passive intercept, or at least an observational alignment, with 3I Atlas. The timing of the operation is practically too good to be accidental. Found in July 2025, 3I Atlas moves at a mind-boggling velocity of more than 150,000 miles per hour, faster, bigger, and odder than past interstellar objects such as Oumuamua and Borisov. Voyager 1's path, previously believed to have been set in stone, seems to have been subtly changed with the application of long-distance communication pulses. This wouldn't actually rotate the spacecraft but would realign its sensors, allowing them to take readings from a particular area of space, the very region where Atlas was due to fly through. If this is accurate, then Voyager 1 is now the very first man-made object in history to try an observation, or even indirect communication, with something from another star system. Only days after Atlas reached the zone of proximity that Voyager's sensors could potentially pick up signals, Earth's magnetosphere surged in an unexpected manner. It wasn't a solar flare. Sensors registered electromagnetic ripples indicative of directed energy, oscillations not emanating from Earth. The readings pointed outward, into space, as if something had been reflected back toward us. NASA has kept quiet about the issue, not commenting on any connection between Voyager and the phenomenon, but sources familiar with the Jet Propulsion Laboratory said that Voyager systems picked up strange patterns of noise. These weren't similar to cosmic background radiation or to stellar interference. That's what has scientists in an uproar, because the only way Voyager could have picked up something that strong is if 3I Atlas wasn't merely a passive rock, but an object with the ability to produce its own electromagnetic signature, something responsive, something alert. In the early 1980s, Voyager's transmission systems and high-gain antenna were constructed to send back pictures and data from Saturn, Jupiter, and on out. They were never intended to last so long. But through regular recalibrations and deep space communication pulses, engineers have been able to keep them running into the 2020s. But the tale gets even stranger. According to reports, a signal sent towards 3I Atlas via Voyager's equipment got a structured back signal. Leaked information from mission files indicates that Voyager's back signal, when it returned during the alignment window, showed symmetrical, periodic bursts, too symmetrical to be random. Think of sending a signal into space and receiving a rhythm in return, a rhythm that defies all known cosmic patterns. Is this data? Is this even language? Or was it just an impossibly complex coincidence? Whatever the answer, scientists are losing sleep over it. Making it even more sinister is that this isn't the first time something, or someone, has traveled this same course. Ancient cultures like the ones responsible for Machu Picchu and Göbekli Tepe constructed their monuments to align with solstice angles that now match eerily with 3I Atlas's present path. The chances of those alignments being accidental are infinitesimally small. Coupled with ancient books writing about strange rovers in the night sky, beings that moved differently than stars or planets, that suddenly appeared and disappeared, the image is creepy. What if they weren't myths? What if humans had met interstellar visitors centuries before the advent of modern telescopes and mapped their trajectories into stone, allowing us to stumble upon them millennia later? Voyager 1 might have just been traveling on the same cosmic path etched by ancient hands nearly 11,000 years ago. That hypothetical, grasping that we are merely catching up to what they might already have discovered, is what bothers scientists today the most. 10 days later, a package of data mysteriously showed up on an encrypted, secure astrophysics server that was often utilized by SETI researchers. The only indication of origin, in fact, was the codename echorefraction_67 appended to the files. The data were raw waveform sequences purportedly measured by Voyager 1's plasma instruments and magnetometer. Initially, the data appeared to be nothing more than noise, erratic voltage cycles. But when several researchers did the same, running Fourier transformations and pattern recognition tests independently, something remarkable emerged: a recursive harmonic series that recurred every 19.7 minutes. The signal wasn't just structured, it was self-correction. In short, it appeared to evolve over time to refine its own coherence, making up for Voyager's outdated hardware. That kind of active accommodation is not possible under any known process in nature. The sole reasonable explanations were that the signal was being reflected, or that something intelligent was attempting to be comprehended. The find prompted internal alarms. Metadata of the leaked files indicated that NASA's Artificial Intelligence Anomaly Detector, codenamed Serena, had automatically detected the transmission. Serena is only designed to trip when it recognizes non-human logic constructs and patterns of communications. That system, the one designed expressly to detect evidence of extraterrestrial contact, had been initiated. Meanwhile, Voyager 1, despite being way beyond its prime and unpowered, still has gyroscopes and rudimentary antenna pointing systems that enable engineers to reorient its orientation slightly. But on August 1, 2025, amateur space tracking organizations picked up a mysterious change in Voyager's telemetry. In some manner, the probe had shifted its vector of transmission by a few degrees, a very small shift by human measures, but in the enormity of outer space, monumental. Even more mystifying, the new pointing was not in the direction of Atlas's current location, but its future path, as if Voyager was premonishing where the object was going before it got there. NASA managers at JPL dismissed the episode as a miscommunication glitch in the Deep Space Network. Leaked internal memos reveal a different story, one that implies Voyager's orientation shifted prior to the receipt of any commands on Earth. That leaves just two frightening possibilities: either the spacecraft is malfunctioning intelligently and in concert, or something outside is taking over. While all of this was occurring, Earth-based telescopes monitoring Atlas through infrared and ultraviolet filters started observing unusual activity. Contrary to usual interstellar objects, which tumble and outgas in a regular manner, Atlas began pulsating, its brightness flickering and fading in nearly a binary pattern that closely resembled the exact timing of Voyager's latest bursts of signals. Then the most stunning find of all, Atlas was decelerating. Its speed diminished measurably, not because of gravity or gas release, but as if an outside force was consciously slowing it down. NASA wrote it off as a parallax illusion, but independent observatories in Europe and South America observed the change. For the first time ever, an interstellar object had altered its own velocity, and it did so just after Voyager changed direction. Coincidence, or communication? Voyager 1 also contains the iconic Golden Record, a golden disk with Earth's music, sounds, and images, a greeting to any civilization that will someday encounter it. What's not commonly known, however, is that the digital master plan of said record contains hidden layers of metadata never made public, coordinates, quantum mapping codes, and time-based logic puzzles encoded into its analog spiral. A few months ago, a team of European cryptologists discovered something sensational. Buried deep in the sounds of Earth track was a soft, unheard tone embedded in the natural sounds of birdsong, thunder, and footfalls. Isolated and amplified, that tone yielded a prime number string, one that exactly matched the harmonic pulses that Voyager subsequently encountered from 3I Atlas. Could it be that humanity unconsciously placed a sort of trigger signal in the Golden Record, a numerical handshake to awaken or recognize awareness elsewhere in the universe? And more significantly, did 3i Atlas receive that signal and react? If so, this was never merely a one-way message tossed into the stars. It was an old discussion, expressed in the language of mathematics, the universal tongue, now at last replied to, an interstellar greeting by the designers of Voyager and something on the other side of the emptiness.